story of Alicia starts right now, quite a while ago when I was a PhD student at the University of Waterloo, back in 2011 or so, when I started taking voice lessons for fun. I was studying computer science, but I thought, I'm missing some arts in my life. Why don't I take some voice lessons? I took voice lessons with a Romanian opera singer, and she was amazing. And I completely fell in love with singing, specifically with opera, which was never the plan. And within 9 months, found myself a semi-professional opera singer. As a musician, I really wanted to create my own original songs. You have to as a musician nowadays. And it just wasn't coming together. I tried and tried. I learned how to produce music. That's relatively easy with tools today. I could write lyrics. What I couldn't do is make things gel together. I couldn't make my lyrics come together with music in a way that would express what I'm feeling. It was very frustrating. So I was about to give up on this side dream of mine after about 3 years, when I realized that my expertise in machine learning actually comes in very handy in solving my music problems. I realized it's possible to create a system that would collaborate with me on writing songs. And it started with just the part that I struggled with, which is coming up with vocal melodies for lyrics. So "We are all stuck at home" becomes "We are all stuck at home." So that's the part that it solved for me originally.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. I really like the idea for the whole application, but I'm also really interested how this app actually works, because is there any preferences which user for this application must generate at the beginning of writing like the whole song? For example, the genre, like music genre, also the topic for the song, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. So the human is very, very tightly in this loop. In fact, the more expertise the person have, the more control they can take over the process and let the system step back, which is really, really important for me, because this is really for me, not about AI writing songs, but about making it possible for everyone to write songs. The way the process works is when you come in, you actually pick a background track. Our focus is on enabling people to write vocal songs and less so on generating music itself. So we start with human-made background tracks, and we have lots and lots of genres. We got pop, hip hop, R&B, country, jazz, lots and lots of genres, lots of different tracks in there as well. Then once you pick the background music, you either type some topics or you select from our topics. It's often nice if a person picks an emotion, but it's also nice to pick specific topics as well. And then the real part starts. This is all set up. The real part is that the AI gives you suggestions for lyric sentences based on your topics. So you would actually get as many suggestions as you want for the first line based on the topics that you identified. Then you pick a suggestion that you like, and then based on that suggestion, the AI gives you the next suggestion, and based on your topics as well, and the next one and the next one. At any point you can edit, or if you have your own ideas, you can just type your own sentences. So you're really working together with the AI on creating these lyrics. Then it's a similar process for vocal melodies. So again, the AI gives you suggestions for how to sing these lyrics that you've created, which again, you can edit. And finally, at the end, you can either sing yourself, and it's always wonderful to hear people sing their songs, or just as fascinating is to have the AI sing for you. And we provide that option as well.
Yeah, that's really great. Actually, I must try this app on my own, because I'm also producing music and writing songs. So I know how you can struggle with writing songs, and sometimes you're just stuck in one place. And the thing that artificial intelligence can just help you to move on with this, it's really like saving a lot of time and everything. So I really appreciate that you came with this idea, because it can be really helpful, especially that artificial intelligence is really evolving right now. So I think that it will be like more and more possibilities. Even in your own app will be probably like a lot of more text and everything. But if it's going about lyrics, if the app actually like generate lyrics, just like you said, you can create your own lyrics in between, but also when the artificial intelligence is looking for the lyrics, is she actually like looking for something which is already existing, for example, in the internet, and it's working more like research, or doing something totally like innovative?
Yeah, so there is absolutely no copying. And that's very important for many different reasons. We don't want to be copying other artists. So every single suggestion it gives you is generated on the spot. So it's original. It doesn't look it up anywhere. It completely creates it fresh. In fact, I've never seen the same suggestion twice in the whole time, the whole many years now that the system has existed. Yeah, so that's what makes it really usable also for professionals. We actually are rolling out soon, right now it's in beta, a system called Lyric Studio, which is designed for professionals. So it gives you a lot more freedom and flexibility. You can pull a lot more levers, so you can kind of have more control over how the AI generates as well. And there it's extra important that everything be original, so the professionals could comfortably use the suggestions in their original work.
Yes, of course, because there's also a problem with copyright and everything. So probably this is important to have like this is really important. Great. And also, I would also like to ask you like more personal question, which is more about like your passion, which is computer science, but also music. So I'm really curious how you managed to connect these two passions on a daily basis, and also if you prefer more computer science. I know that it can be a difficult question for you, but if you prefer computer science or the music side of it.
Well, I've asked myself that question many times, if I'm honest. When I was a PhD student, I discovered that I have another passion. And for a while, that was a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
And in a way, when I came up with Elysium, and as we opened up the company, I actually feel whole again. I feel like these two parts of my life that felt so disjoint are really coming together. So that's sort of on the professional side. This was really wonderful to see these parts come together and kind of make sense of my life and all my various interests. But on a personal level, I really prefer when I have time to practice my art as well, when I have time to sing. So for example, one of the only positive things in my personal life from this quarantine, which of course is otherwise, is that I have a little bit more time to sing. So I would take maybe 20 minutes a day, sometimes up to 40 minutes, and I would sing. I would practice my music, learn some new songs, and that makes me feel complete when I have some time to devote to that. But as far as which one I prefer, I think that's like having two children, having to pick between them. Yeah. They're different. They're very different. It's like we have different friends that we, with one friend you share certain interests and don't share others, and with other sorry, I'm just going to close something here, and with other friends you share some other interests of yours,
yes,
but you would never give up either of them.
Yeah, of course. That's why this app is probably so great for you, because you can connect this two passion and work on a daily basis with this app. So actually, you're working with music and with computer science. That's also really great. That's why probably you choose to attend the event Karajan Music Conference as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm very, very excited about this conference. Excited to share my story, but also very excited to hear what other people are going to share.
Have you ever attended Karajan Music Conference before, or it will be your first time?
This is my first time, and I'm really surprised how quick the commute is going to be.
Yeah, we're also like, everyone is wondering how it's gonna work in that digital world, but also like the good thing of it is that actually it's digital conference about technology and music, so maybe the thing that is completely in digital world will be connected to the conference as well in some kind of meeting. So we will see how does it work. But
well, hopefully this is something that will also help future conferences, to maybe incorporate a little bit more remote speakers. Who knows?
Yeah. So you're gonna talk about your album mostly, and about songwriting with artificial intelligence, and like connection between music and artificial intelligence, and about your startup. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to show, kind of talk a little bit in general at first about computational creativity and collaborating with artificial intelligence. And then I'm going to show Alicia briefly talk about it, and a little bit about Lyric Studio.
Great, it's really interesting. That's why this topic actually catch my attention at this like at the first time when I was scrolling through all the panels. It was really interesting to see songwriting and artificial intelligence, because it's a huge step for humanity to have the possibility to actually like use science, computer science for making music. It's a really helpful thing for sure. Yeah, this is like actually all my questions for now. It's really nice that you sacrifice your time for me, and I really appreciate that. And it was really nice to hear you, even if we are in a total different sides of the world right now. But yeah, thank you very much for everything, and I hope to see you on your panel. I will definitely join your panel on conference, so we will see you probably each other there.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure speaking with you.